Hey folks, Sam here. Get ready to head back to North Dakota. So a little update what we did for the last basically 2 weeks on Epic Acres. Show you the upgrades and things we got accomplished. So first thing, I don't know if you know, but we bought a tractor. We actually I put 50 hours on it. It's a Coyote, not a Kubota. It's got associated with Bobcat, so we can put all of the skid loader front stuff on it. I got 50 hours on it, so it's going back in. It's 47 horse, 4-wheel drive, everything. It's freaking amazing. Got AC, which was fucking awesome while I was home. Corey's gonna take that in this week because we're getting flat-faced front couplers and hydraulics put on the front, so we'll be able to use any of the skid loader attachments up there, even hydraulics. Didn't come with a radio, so we're putting a radio in it. Hydraulic top link. We got a bush hog, came with a bucket. We got, oh, this way. We got a disc, got the rototiller. So let's go up and see what we got done. Right. We're down here by the pond, and I don't know if you can see, but over there's a deer, and there's your fawn. So it's about every time I come out here, there's deer, turkeys, geese. It's freaking awesome. So anyways, you can see the pond is super low. We're at about 11.5 feet in the hole. But I'm okay with that, because with that being low, yeah, that doe, she don't care. Her and her daughter been out here. She's got an older daughter. I think it's her daughter, but she's been out here ever since I owned the farm, owned Epic Acres. She stays right in. She's going right in. She'll stay right in there, and that's where they stay. But anyways, the water's low, so we were able to get all of the beach sand put in the beach. So the beach is done. When the water comes up, the grandkids will have a spot. The beach is done. So that's good. We only have a very small pile over here of dirt to get rid of. And a local excavator's been taking some of that. That's all the topsoil that will gradually spread all through here and plant grass. So last time I was home, I bought a pontoon boat, had my uncle strip it while I was gone, and we got that in. Plastic deck board, so we're gonna put a ramp and put some chairs out there so we can enjoy that. We've been sucking out of the pond and it goes down, but it doesn't take much rain and it comes back to, it stays between 11 and 11.5 feet. Corey went swimming in it, and the springs are really pumping. The water is super, super cold. So that's good. Show you what else we did. So then we got the tractor, so now we're able to do some stuff. And I don't know if it's a good thing or a bad thing or what, but up here in my food plots, it's super dry, and the weeds were just super ridiculous this year. And I'm so sick of weeds. So we're gonna see how it works. I kind of went, you can see, we got this all planted and that. It's three acres up here. So my plan is I want to get to not necessarily a no-till, but I want to get to a light till. And I was losing the battle with weeds. And mostly because we didn't have a tractor and I just couldn't keep up on stuff. So went a little heavy on the weeds control, weed killer. Hopefully we can get something to grow in here. Maybe, maybe not. Either, I'm sure we'll get something, but I'm okay with it because I really needed the weeds to go, because the plan is this year. So we got brassicas and everything planted in this one. We got peas, forage oats, and everything planted over there. And the plan is next time I'm home, we're going to hit it with, or not the next time, but probably a month from now or so, we're going to hit it with winter rye. We're going to hit it pretty heavy, and then we're going to hit it with winter rye in the spring. And the goal is to get these to grow winter rye. And now that we got the tractor and the bush hog and everything, and we keep on it. We always borrowed a tractor, but now we got big enough and serious enough. We got our own. So then we'll get the winter rye going. We're gonna keep it mowed. We're gonna keep it under control. We're gonna keep the weeds down, and then we're going to kill off and crimp the winter rye. Probably in July, we're gonna plant buckwheat. Maybe end of June, mid-June, somewhere in there, we'll plant buckwheat. We're gonna let the buckwheat grow up, and then we're going to, so this year we had a drought. Water's gonna be a bitch. I'm not around. We didn't get the piping laid. It's gonna be too much for sprinklers, so we might have another problem. We got supposed to have rain tomorrow. Now they changed it to Monday. Everything's planted. Hopefully we get some rain. Hopefully we can make something of this, but if not, we're gonna be okay, because it's really, the plan is for next year. But then we'll get the buckwheat, because we didn't get it in this year. Wish we would have had it, because then we could have crimped the buckwheat over and not had to worry so much about rain. Planted the brassicas in there, but that's the plan next year. So that's the plan there. Let's go over on Epic Acres 2, show you what we got going on there. Before we head over to Epic Acres 2, let's check out some trees. Look at this freaking catalpa tree. When we planted it, it's probably right there. So I got a couple of them planted around here. Reason being, if you ever had catalpa worms, I used catalpa worms when I was a kid for bait. And having it around the ponds is going to be cool. So let's go up and look at a couple of the other trees we got going on. Show you what we got going. One of our chestnut trees. We lost one chestnut out of 10. People said that would be hard to grow. So next year I just ordered my order for next year from Yellow River Nurseries here in Marshfield. I ordered 30 chestnuts. Persimmon tree right there, just coming out of the top. So I had 10 persimmon trees. Truthfully, I only got 3 left. But people said I wouldn't get any. So I ordered another 30 persimmons. We're gonna play the odds. Oak trees, apple trees, all of them been doing pretty good. We got all of the we got all the wiring around the we got all the 6-foot fencing around the maple trees. All the maple trees have that, so that's good. All together, we ended up, I would say we're at, on all of the trees, and I'm not counting the willows. So out of all of them, I think I had about 80 to 85% survival. The cedar trees, I didn't do so well on. The drought killed it. I wasn't able to get a bunch of water. There was just too many of them. But that's okay. I'm probably, so I kept down in the lower part of Epic Acre 1 is where we got most of our apple trees. I got a few crab apple trees up here. And the reason I spread them so far apart, if you have cedar trees, it's not very good to have apple trees by them, because they can get cedar rust, and it's really bad. But they say it can travel up to 5 miles. I put my cedar trees way on that end. My apple trees were way down on that end. Prevailing winds are that way. I thought I was pretty good, but you know what? Probably going to jerk the cedars, the few that lived, I'm going to jerk them out. And I'm going to go with a lot more apple trees and stuff up here. Especially now that we're going to build the house up here in a couple of years. It'll just be cool to do all that. But anyways, trees were going amazing. I ordered another 300 for next year. Yeah, that's good. Okay, down to Epic Acres 2. Check this out. Grow tubes. You see that willow? That one's pretty good. That one's pretty good. But you see that one? Let me show you here. So we had the grow tubes, and you can see the willows are growing out of the tubes all the way down. Willows that we didn't put in the tubes, They're not dead, but the deer eat the shit out of them. So I didn't buy enough tubes last year. I wasn't planning on putting the willows in the tubes, but you can see they just they freaking devastate them. I'm okay with it. And even these that they've chewed off and killed, and they're still green on the bottom. I'm okay with that. We'll figure it out next year. We'll do that. You can see the maple trees, how high them are up in the tubes. Got apple trees. That one that's just right there, poking out of the top, persimmon. It's 2 persimmons that I had. But anyhow, just thought I'd stop and show you that. The plan was never to grow willow trees here. The plan is to let them get 8-10 feet tall and then knock them back and try to turn them into a bush. But you can look and you can see they just totally hammered that one. Shoot this one, except for the top. And then look at the coming out of the tube is crazy. So anyhow, that's that. It's a little how-to. If you're going to plant willows, I'd still go with the tubes. They hammered them all summer. Got time to... Oh, my uncle just got here. Got about a half a tank left. So anyways, we got about a 1/4 acre kill pot right here. There's the berm and the road. The drought is kicking my ass, so I decided to bring sprinklers, 350-gallon tank hooked up with a little Honda pump, and yeah, we run it through 2 times there. We'll move it over to there. We got fence posts up. We're going to use, so what we use is, it comes in a white bottle with a green label, Deer Stop or something like that. We soak a cotton clothesline in it. And we'll put that around twice, and then you come by like once a week and you get one of them pump up sprayers and you just take a rag and you hold it in your hand and you just run along it and freshen it up. And that works way, way, way better than an electric fence. So that's the plan we got going there. We just got it seeded today. Put Brassica blend in there. We put some lime down. We didn't do any weed killer in there. Once I get the Brassica started, I'm going to come back and I'm trying something out. I'm going to put more radish in there, tiller radish, and they burrow down in the ground and they get big and they kind of uproot it. So that's my little average guy, puts in a food plot, doesn't have the big equipment. So we rototilled it. We didn't kill the weeds. We're testing it. See how that works out. That's going to be the kill plot. All the apple trees over here are doing freaking amazing in the tubes. So the 3 apple trees in the middle there, and there were all ones that I bought at Fleet Farm this year. I had some extra tubes and I went and got them. And a couple years ago I planted Fleet Farm apple trees. They all freaking died. This year we decided, so I'm gonna give them a try. We're gonna give them some extra TLC, and that's what we ended up with. So that was awesome. All right, check it. Go look at some other stuff we did. Bush hog on the skid loader, which allowed us to do a little bush hogging. I got a spot that I hunted this a couple of years before I owned it. Guy let me hunt it. And I had a ladder stand up in there, but now I came in here with the bush hog and we've bush hogged all of this. And I got that giant bur oak over there that ain't got a freaking acorn on it, but a lot of my other oaks have acorns. But probably going to cut down a bunch of these littler trees, try to get some sun in here I don't know what I'm gonna do with it. It's kind of close to the kill plot, but I don't know. I always did good late season in here. So I did that. Let's go out and look at some other stuff. Right, so the guy that had it before me, he had a little trail that went down through here. It was a big trail back when I've been on this property since I was probably 10 years old, on and off. Different people have owned it. But back in the day, this was a regular trail that they used to get down to the ditch. They used to take the tractors down here and get to the ditch so they could dig the ditch out, the drainage ditch. So anyways, I took the bush hog and made it a little wider so we can drive the buggy down it. We've had that grapevine hanging there since last year. Got a camera right there, but it is freaking insane how many deer come up and rub on that grapevine. It's just pretty cool. Anyways, we came down here. And I talked to Smiley, and I know a bunch of guys that got tall grass like this. It's not quite wetlands, but maybe a little bit of marshy. So nobody knows what to do with it. So I bush hogged this out. And not necessarily, I'm gonna try to get something to grow here. Not this year, but next year. But if worse comes to worst, we're just gonna plant it all in red osier dogwood. Because all of that dead buckthorn and all of that, this winter we're gonna have a grinder come in and grind up almost all of this. We're gonna take a giant section of Epic Acres too and grind the buckthorn and try to get it back to native grasses and everything else. So yeah, that's that. So that's everything that we got done. I'm probably only going to be gone for 2 weeks, maybe a smidge more. We're going to come back. Hopefully the kill plot's doing good. Hopefully the other food plots are doing okay. If they did just okay this year, I'd be good with it. We'll see what this stuff looks like in here, and yeah, we'll just keep making it, man. It's just going to be a freaking paradise when I'm done. Wildlife, family, it's just going to be nice. So, see ya, gotta go.